This is the new for 2025, very mildly facelifted Audi A3. I was going to start this video with a gag about Audi trying this new niche of hatchbacks and sedans, but to my great surprise, they still sell 2,500 of these things every year and have done for almost 30 years. There are 65,000 A3s on Australian roads. This car, the facelift looks mild, but there's a lot of detail changes, so let's have a look. The standard A3 range is now just two cars, a 5-door hatchback, which Audi calls Sportback, and the 4-door sedan. Prices are up by a chunky $4,200 in the hatch and $4,700 in the 4-door. The 40 TFSI is missing in action, and the S3, which I've written about and will be on the Drive.com.au website, is also more expensive. All four carry a higher spec though, so the price rises are at least partially offset, with Audi saying there is a $10,000 value increase for the price rise. The A3 Sportback is now $54,800 and the sedan $57,800. The spec isn't much different between them, so you're paying for the boot. Not gonna lie, this is a lot of money for a 1.5 litre car. Audi hasn't confirmed if or when the 40 TFSI is coming, but they are evaluating other options like a plug-in hybrid. The A3 comes with a 5-year warranty, 5 years roadside assist and 3 years of Audi Connect Plus. You can prepay your servicing for 5 years. You can also go for the Audi Advantage program, which includes 2 more years of warranty and roadside assist, as well as the servicing to go with it. You can find more small hatches and sedans on Drive.com.au and a whole bunch of them on sale in Drive Marketplace, where you can compare prices and specifications and even find dealers with stock. Fans of the A3 will spot the changes, but if you're not already a fan, I'll take you through them. First up, new grille. Audi says it's flatter, but I reckon it looks more like something's trying to escape from the radiator, but you know, that's all subjective. But you'll also notice that it's black. This is the S-Line package. All A3s have the S-Line package, so the main point of this facelift is to add a little bit more grrr, a little bit more sportiness. So less chrome, but you can get aluminium finish. This car has the $2,000 style pack. Now again, I'm wrong about this. I thought that was a bit of a waste of money, but 80% of A3 buyers go with the black pack. Under the bonnet, nothing has changed. 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbo with 110 kilowatts and 250 Newton meters of torque. It is also still a mild hybrid, so that cuts fuel use, means really smooth stop-start, and it also gives you a little extra 9 kilowatt and 50 Newton meter boost when the conditions are right. So yeah, they didn't think it was worth changing, so they didn't. Here in the cabin, a lot more has happened than on the outside, which I know isn't saying much, but it is a lot more. So we start with these seats. They look fantastic. They're really comfortable. In the base model, they have a fabric and fake leather mix. Nothing wrong with that, and the fake leather is fine, nothing to worry about there. If you want a full leather interior, that's another $1,100. There's a 12.3-inch digital dashboard, which Audi calls virtual cockpit, so it fills in the space a lot better and it looks really good, and it's got that kind of premium feel to it. These vents have had a slight redesign to look wider, to make the car feel wider. Here on the dash is a 10.1-inch media screen with an updated version of the MMI. So updated, in fact, that the wireless CarPlay Apple Maps will actually come up in there, the directions, if you've got a navigation set. You've also got wireless charging here and 2 USB-C ports. The console's been cleaned up with a flatter transmission selector. It's kind of like just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but very easy to use. And again, more physical controls for the stereo. Stereo is 10 speakers, which is a lot of speakers for a little car. Very premium feeling. But yeah, it's a lot more tech heavy even than before. And with all the S-Line stuff, it feels really, really sporty. It kind of feels a lot like the S3. Here in the back, it's a pretty good story. I'm just under 6 foot. I'm sitting behind where I drive, and I've got plenty of knee room, foot room. It's actually a really comfortable back seat too. It's got some real shape to it. Plenty of headroom here in the hatchback. In the sedan, the roof actually falls away quite a way, and I'm down to about 1 centimetre of headroom. So if that's really important for you to have tall people in the back, have a think about whether the sedan is right for you. You've also got cup holders here in the centre armrest. You've got vents there, 2 USB-C ports down here, and bottle holders in the doors. Now, as far as boot space goes, you've got 380 litres in the hatch, which is quite a lot for a car in this segment, and 425 litres in the sedan. If you are looking at the S3, those numbers are significantly smaller because of all the all-wheel drive gear. In the sedan, you don't get a figure for the seats down, but in the hatch, you get a lot of space, so it's probably the more practical choice. When you drive this car, you really feel that a lot of work has gone into the ride and handling balance. So even though it's on pretty big wheels for a small car, it really does ride very, very nicely, and it's just a really serene, easy to live with kind of car. Now, obviously the 35 is going to spend way more time in the city, and that feels like where it's been optimized to really look after you around the city. It's a little firm, but I don't mind that, and I think given the feedback that Audi has got from customers, I think most customers are going to be pretty happy with it. There's no kind of slop or slack in either the steering or the ride. It's just really comfortable. I really like this engine, even though it's not super powerful or super responsive, and the throttle is a little bit woolly. I mean, you're going to get that from a small turbo. The mild hybrid really does pick up that little bit of slack, and it means that you've got plenty of go around the city. We did do a drive yesterday up into the mountains behind Cairns, and it was a lot of fun. Really quite grippy and very predictable. And quite resistant to understeer actually. So if you do like driving and you can't stretch to a performance model, this is really good fun. And given we were driving reasonably enthusiastically yesterday, we saw 6.3 litres per 100 Ks, and that's not something I'd normally talk about on a launch because it's not very representative. But given how hard the test was, it was good. I guess the biggest shame about this car is the pricing. You know, it is basically going to be 60 grand on the road for a 1.5 litre hatchback. It is missing something like reverse AEB, which I think at this level should be mandatory. You know, it's such a useful piece of safety technology. I like both the hatch and the sedan, so it's really hard to pick between the two, but if you do need that extra occupant space, then the hatch is probably for you. I might be a little bit biased towards small cars. They're pretty much the only size car I've ever owned, but I think they're brilliant. The A3, it's really expensive. Nearly 60 grand on the road is a lot of money for a small hatchback, but it's got a lot of stuff in it. I think this is a really good car, and as SUVs get more expensive and pretty much everything else gets more expensive, I think more people are going to be looking at this kind of car. So if you are looking for an Audi that's small, reasonably quick, and very well equipped, the A3 is definitely for you.